Hello, happy Tuesday, everyone. So, did you know this? So, if anyone's caught my Woke Willpower series or any of the webinars I've done on the true nature of discipline, you would know about a concept called decision fatigue. And that comes about because, on average, we probably make about 35,000 decisions a day, right? Like we have a lot of thoughts, we make a lot of micro decisions. And so, decision fatigue is a real thing. And the more we can kind of eliminate kind of unnecessary decisions, then we create some bandwidth for ourselves to make better choices, right? What's really interesting is that I knew that supermarkets, to a degree, influence the way that we buy through the placement of items, right? We all know that. And we all know about the impulse racks that are, there just while we're waiting at the checkout with items that, appealing and that we might just add to our cart because they're a couple of bucks, or, they're a sugary treat or something like that, right? What I didn't realise was the whole entire layout of the supermarket is designed to get you to spend money on things that you don't need, and in particular, unhealthy food. So, and one of the ways they do this, well, they do this in kind of three ways. So the first one is they put all the fruit and veg at the entrance of the store, and they do this to basically help lessen the guilt around indulging in some discretionary food items later on. So they're like, well, if you fill your basket up with all this healthy food, then you think you're good, and then therefore you've earned the right to essentially go and indulge in some other treats. Number two, everything is designed so that you can't find it deliberately. I thought that was just idiocy, but apparently it's actually done because they want you to linger in the store for longer and to have to go through all the aisles. I knew that bit, but I didn't realise that it was actually designed to deliberately frustrate you. And the reason being is that your cognitive capacity and overload and overwhelm and everything kind of happens around the 23-minute mark. And so if they can get you to, and the average stopper actually spends about 45 minutes in the supermarket, right? So basically supermarkets are designed to keep you there longer than that 23 minutes so that your willpower is completely depleted and that you're more open to suggestion and therefore buy more things, right? And number three is the placement of colours. So obviously yellow and red attract our attention. They're usually associated with food and with sales. And so there's, the supermarkets are littered with these colours deliberately to kind of draw your attention to multiple places at times, again, tiring you out, but also prompting you to buy certain things. Online shopping is actually not any better because obviously there's push notifications and prompts around add this to your cart or buy as also did this. So there's plenty of other suggestions as well that will actually influence and impact your willpower. So what are some of the things then that you can do to help, mitigate the impact of this? Well, I think some of the things are pretty basic stuff, right, that you would do if you wanted to save money at the shops generally, right, which is one, make sure that you have some sort of list or pre-plan your meals. The second one is go to the shops if you can when you're well rested and, well fed, so that, obviously we're going to buy more if we're hungry because we have an immediate need that we want to satiate, right? And things are obviously much more appealing because we're hungry, and so our all of our senses are, encouraging us to stock up on food. And number three, I guess, is the different one now, given this new information, which I, have learned something new, is, I would, where possible, maybe break down your shopping trips into smaller stints. And the reason being is that, if the average person spends 45 minutes or longer in the supermarket, and that's impacting your ability to buy the things that you want to do because you're getting overwhelmed by all these other prompts and heavy suggestions to buy more, then perhaps go in and, pick up a couple of items for your dinner, every couple of days or whatever that you need to do, so that you're in the shops for less than that 23 minutes, which might make it easier in terms of not buying more things. The only issue, of course, so if you go to the shops more frequently and you're in the habit of buying more than you need, then obviously you're going to end up spending more money over the week. So something you can consider. But anyway, I'm curious to understand, how much you end up buying. Is it like 10%, 20%, 50%? Do you end up spending or getting more items than you intended to go to the shop for? Do you end up forgetting half the items that you intended to get and ended up with a whole bunch of other stuff? How often does that happen to you, and to what degree? Comment below.